Do apologize about that. Had PC issues, had a computer crash, and we are back live here. And the field has kind of done a little bit of a flip around, Chris. Original pole sitter 72 at Tyler Rush has brought his way back up into this contention of this race here. And we'll have to see what happens here. Caitlin Height, she has fallen off big time from leading this race all the way back to 15th. Not sure what happened. Once the computer crashed, my cameras froze up, and I missed about 2 laps of the race there before I figured out that it was because Chris's computer crashed. Because it didn't happen right away. So yeah, it's whatever. We'll get back to racing here. Do apologize about that though, and we'll see what happens here as we are in the last 15 of this race coming up in the next 2. And Michael Zuver, Chris, is in 4th place. I just realized that the man who has had absolutely crapshoot of a night, he is rolling P4 right now.
Yeah, you are right. Man, Kevin Click set the fastest lap of the session there, 32.47. Man. You're going to probably see a lot of paints also changing, everything loading in. Zuver up against the wall. Starting to lose a little bit of pace there. Right now, David Smill on that middle lane. See the 72, Tyler Rush, their door bang in the 8th.
Out.
Cautions out. It's like Chad Engel. Oh, and then the 94 Ryan Sword gets involved in it. Oh, it's the 98.
There was something else that happened because Jaden Bingaman.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait, that was it. That was
I
it. Jaden Bingaman.
I just saw it. Yep, I just saw it. As I was changing cameras. Oh. I mean, really, I don't see the caution lights out right away. You see the smoke there, so he's still in it. And I mean, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, the 32, or excuse me, the 26 just really didn't know he was there. You saw that smoke in front of him. He just didn't know. He didn't know he was there. So Tyler Rush
and he had a quick Alt F4.
Yeah. Seems like we've got a lot of tempers flying here tonight. Do apologize about the stream, though. Like we said, I'm having PC issues. Not really sure what's going on with it. Gonna have to figure it out. But we were able to get it going back up. We still got 13 laps to go here at the FDS Awareness 225, brought to you by Turn 2 Terribles. So we might have a 10-lap shootout here. Tyler Rush, I'm gonna say this. If you're a good qualifying setup driver where you can set fast lap times down, and have a fast car for 10, 15 laps, this is the perfect opportunity for you. And that 72, we've seen him, not really up here in the front too much, but he does have a fast race car underneath him, so that's something to watch out here for. That 72 might give everybody a run for their money here. But we're also not counting out that 8 of Kip Easley. He is one of those drivers that has been going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, and now sitting in that 3rd spot here with 13 laps to go, doing a really spirited drive is that 3 machine, or excuse me, that 8 machine in 3rd spot. As I do see somebody asking about Kyler McCarthy. Currently sitting in that 8th spot is Kyler McCarthy. Having a little bit of issues here earlier on in the race, but has got himself up into that 8th position. So doing a good job is that 24. Like I always say, don't count him out. The 81 of Joshua Susi, one of those drivers that got taken out here about midway through the race. Joshua Gaiman also getting taken out for that Nitro and Lady Liberty Motorsports teams. A lot of drivers, though, out of the race. We started with 38, and we're only, 20, 30 maybe on the track right now? Maybe a little less, don't know, but it's just going to show you this has been a very ugly race here tonight.
Right now, there's only 24 cars on the track.
Oh, I just noticed it was Kyler asking about Kyler. Oh, okay. I got you. Got you, Kyler. It was Kyler in the chat, YouTube chat, asking how Kyler was doing.
I
Got
mean, I
me
think
there.
he's wanted people to catch the pace car tonight. Gonna let Matthew Fitz kiss him on the bumper a couple times.
I would say that's more of a sniff.
Oh, I thought the pace car was turning off the track this
Yeah,
time. They were double filed. I was thinking, man, he is holding up the outside lane. No, he ain't.
What's up, fellas?
what's up? As it'll be 10 laps to go this time by. Green flag is out. The 72 of Tyler Rush getting off to a good jump. David Smill getting off to an okay jump. Steven Overstott and Kip Easley trying to get off to a good jump here. Kip Easley on that inside lane, though. 10 laps to go. Whoa! 72 of Tyler Rush into the wall. This is going to open up the door for David Smill. See if Tyler Rush has anything to say. No, it's not. It looks like he's tightening up. Oh, Steven Overstott down to the bottom of the lane. The 25 of Kevin Click, though. This is going to open up the door for him. Oh, yeah, Tyler Rush starting to fall off, though. David Smill, though, still out in the lead here. 9 laps to go. We'll see if anybody has anything to say. I'm watching a lot of drivers taking that inside lane, trying to get around everybody. Oh, it looks like David Smildo losing that outside lane. Steven Oversett going to take over the lead. Kyler McCarthy to the lead. Or no, to the second place. Whoa, he's looking back. It looks like, who's that? Dylan Hastings getting pushed into the wall. He's going to keep it straight, though. New leader, Kyler McCarthy. 7 laps to go. See if these guys and gals have anything to say for them. Or Kevin Click right in that middle lane. You see the 3 of Lucas Nilge's up 22 positions. Also, Michael Zuver up 20 positions. Ken Baum trying to peek his nose back up in here. It looks like Kip Easley's falling back to that 9th position. So right now, everybody's just trying to cement themselves up here in the lead. As right now, Ken Baum riding in that 5th spot, just moved himself back up into that top 5. Whoa, crossover there for Kevin Click off of Lucas Nilge's.
Turn 3. And you're going to see that 25 of Kevin Click drive it up the track, but it's going to allow Ken Baum Jr. this middle lane to work, but maybe not. Oh, the 25. Did he just get off the front end of the 3?
No, it looks like he just got loose.
Or did he snap loose?
It looks like he just snapped loose. a push there for it. Looks like Ken Baum gave that 3 of Lucas Nilges a little bit of a push into the corner. It's going to open up the door for that 2 machine. Door banging is the 3 and the 2. Still banging down the front stretch. 4 laps to go. This is where you're going to have to take the gloves off and just try to get as much track position as you can. Lucas Nilges to the inside of the 14. Caution's out. Looks like William Hobart and Carson Pittman. Yeah, you see Carson Pittman turned around. Oh, as it looks like the 13 goes off around off of the front of the 72. Looks like William Brown also collected up in that. As we're just kind of watching what's going on here. Just trying to see what happened with before you see William Hobart turned around there. Oh, the 1 getting down into it. Oh, that's what happened to Carson Pittman. Just got uneven down there on the apron. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe I don't have any sound with that restart. I'm going to check real quick. See if I can get the game sound back here.
The pace lights will be off here at lap 150. It'll be green, white, checkered attempt number 1 out of 3. Be Colin McCarthy in that lead spot here, but we're going to see probably a very hard battle here for this first position. I'm assuming Eberstadt, Nilges, Kinbaum Jr., Kevin Click, these guys want to win. They've, well, maybe not necessarily Nilges and Eberstadt necessarily have been up here in the front all night, but a lot of these guys have been up here in the front. Colin McCarthy on a rebound run after getting wrecked early, having to beat, I think, 2 laps down, 1 lap down, something like that. He's rebounded up here into the lead, and we'll see what is going to happen here in just a moment. Because I'm expecting to see fireworks here, Chris, even more than what we've seen. It's probably going to be a crazy restart.
Yeah, this is something we're going to have to watch. These gloves, like I said, they're coming off. This is where we see what's going on. Green flags out. Kyle McCarthy out in the lead. You see Lucas Nilges right on his back bumper. So right now, those two are going to be your drivers to watch for the lead position, but will everybody be able to keep it straight? As we're down the back straightaway, looks like Ken Baum is falling off just a little bit, maybe on that inside lane, starting to make up a little bit of position on the inside of that 25.
White flag. Race is official.
Race is official.
Oh, and he's going to use him.
As you're going to see a bumper to the 24. Oh, everybody wrecking back there. We're going to stay on board here with that 3 of Lucas Nilges. You see Kevin Click on that outside lane, the 29 of Jeremy Zarfos on the inside. It's going to be a race to the finish. Whoa, the 3 getting loose on that inside lane is going to open up the door for the 25.
3's got him.
Lucas Nilges is your winner with Kevin Click and Jeremy Zarfos in that second and third position.
Sorry, Nilges just started screaming. I have volume or voice chat volume so low, but I can still hear Nilges screaming to the top of his lungs. Now, Chris, does he use the bumper right there, or did the 24 drive across his nose?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying
that
to...
angle, that was a weird angle, but I really want to see that again.
Yeah, I'm going to have to rewind it. Don't have a marker for it, so we're going to have to see if we can see what happened here between that 3 and 24.
Okay. That's loud. Oh, my goodness. I turned the wrong volume back up.
I mean, it looks like just a big drive in there from Nilges.
I mean, he's carrying more speed for sure.
I mean, that's a classic bump and run.
I wouldn't say a classic bump and run.
I mean, he drove it in there really hard.
I mean, he used the number 3 to what? I mean, he used the number 3.
Yeah,
I guess it's good for.
It's a big drive in there from the 3. Yeah, you're going to see the 3 just carry more momentum, get into that rear quarter, and just send the 24 to the moon. See the battle there. Coming to the white flag, though. Lucas Nilges was able to hold him off. You see Ken Baum up into the wall, getting into Zuber.
I want to know what Nilges screamed, because, man, he screamed loud. It was funny. I don't know what he screamed. I just heard him scream, "Let's go, something, baby." I don't know. It was funny. But, man, as we are going to go through your race results here, not expecting Lucas Nilges, Chris, to not only take the number 3, but take the number 3 with pride and put the absolute bumper there to that 24 machine of Colin McCarthy. Lucas Nilges is going to come home race winner tonight. We're going to see Kevin Click in second, Zarfos in third. Fourth is going to go to Zuber, fifth, Ken Baum Jr. Do you want me to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and hop on with our interviews. They're already here, and then we'll get through our post-race results, Chris. As I'm going to bring up Chuck LaChair in Discord. Lucas Nilges, your race winner. Lucas Nilges, Chris, and Josh up here in the booth. You got a copy, sir?
Yeah, I got you.
Man. I don't know what you screamed there at the end, because I had voice chats down as low as it could go, and I could still hear you screaming through iRacing there. It was a crazy finish we saw coming to the green-white checkered. You carried a lot of momentum there going into 1 and 2. You used the number 3 like the number 3 is meant to be used, and you come home the race winner here tonight, Lucas. You got to think it's one of those races coming back from 26, not expecting to probably be put here in this green-white checkered. Take us through your thought process throughout that end run right there, and how does it feel coming home victorious tonight, man, in that number 3 machine?
Well, first off, what I yelled was Prestige Worldwide is on top. First win for the team. Will's been basically carrying our banner with several podiums already for us, and I believe he now has sole points lead. He was in a 3-way tie, but no, that final run, I knew going into it I was going to be on the 24s, but on the restart, even before we got, like, I was going to push. As far as what happened in turn 1 on the white flag lap, I personally don't feel like I went in too deep. If anything, I feel like they tried to slow down and take my nose away. And I'm not backing down. As you said, I use the 3 to what it's known for. It's not the first time I've done that with the 3. And, man, I'm just shaking really bad. God just Man, we had that one last yellow. I was like, I did not need that. I was like, I was running really good, had nice long run on old tires. Man, I for some reason I'm more excited about this race and nervous about it, and like anxiety's running than I have in any of the other races I've gotten so far in this league.
Well, man, it seemed like such a hectic ending there to the race. I mean, we started out the race so good. It was such a good green flag run, and then all of a sudden one caution. Then it seemed like it was two cautions. Like, all right, all right. And the next thing we know, here we are. It feels like we haven't ran more than 10, green flag runs or 10 green flag lap run, and then you just work your way up through the process. You work your way up to the field, work your way up to the field. Next thing you know, here with 20 to go, you're in this striking position. And hell, man, you use the best of it. Like you said, taking the team's first, or not, maybe not the first one. I can't remember all the wins right now. I had not remember Sim Racer Hub
It,
off the top
it,
of
it
my head.
is it
But I
is
was gonna
Prestige
say
Worldwide's
the
first
Prestige,
win.
yeah, Prestige Worldwide in general's first win. So yeah, there we go. We are right with that. So
Yeah.
man, you got to say it's got to be one of those things, Lucas. I can understand why you're shaking and everything right now, man. So much just happened right there, but hell, it's got to feel good to get the monkey off the back early this season, right?
Oh, absolutely. Usually I'm popping off a win midway or late so far, so hopefully this is good signs that I'll have finally my first multi-win season since I've already got one knocked down and out of the way, especially with so many new people. We're having to learn new driving styles and who's more likely to take and who's more likely to give. So, I mean, there's a few people like I was kind of shocked that I was able to just wrap the white line, which I felt like I was probably the best at doing that. Everybody was about half a car, if not more, width away from the white line, and staying on that white line just held on to it. So yeah, hopefully this win catapults me to hopefully all the wins the rest of the way. I know that's not gonna happen, but hopefully I can get a multi-win season finally.
Could not find my unmute button. I am sorry
I
about
was
that.
about to ask if
Yeah,
something happened.
my bad, my bad. Yeah, I was like pressing my keyboard. I was like, "Which one is it? Which one is it?" Not my fault. But yeah, man, it seems like you guys are set up for a great season. Early speed out of all the Prestige Worldwide cars. Even tonight, you guys all had speed until whatever happened to the other drivers. But I mean, Lucas, it's got to feel good here tonight, man. And if you've got any final words, thoughts, shout outs, anything, we'll let you get out there, and then we'll let the three team get on out of here and hey, celebrate that first race win of the season.
First one, thank you guys for always in a broadcast. Do an amazing job all the time. I will admit I don't always go back and watch them, but sometimes I'll go back and I'm like, guys are killing it like always. So big shout out to you two for doing it. Love it. It's amazing. I'm glad you guys are doing it. Anybody who's watching, shout out to you all for taking time out of your evening for doing that and supporting this league. Shout out to my teammates, Will Brown and Nick Cannon. Those two, ever since I started oval racing about 2.5 years ago now, those two have been my target. You always want to be the best one on your team. So them giving me tips, pointers, watching how they run is just making me better year in, year out. Shout out to all the people I've ran against tonight that I was able to race against cleanly. I know there's probably a few that are probably pissed at me, but I don't care. It's whatever. Nilgis is in the house. Hashtag thirsty threes to the moon. I'll catch you guys next week, hopefully for the same reason with a win.
Yes, sir. I like the confidence, Lucas. Well, hey, good having a word with you here tonight, man. And we'll hopefully, like you said, we'll be talking to you here soon. And that was Lucas Nilges. Chris, you like the little WWE promo he cuts right there at the end. We'll have to go in here to Kevin Click and get a word with our second place finisher. Kevin Click, Chris, and Josh up here in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you guys.
Man, it seemed like the Turn 2 Terribles night here were looking very, very strong early in this run, Kevin. And then it seemed like as this race progressed, the cautions pop out, But you guys stayed strong there in the 25 camp and right there almost had that race victory just by, just seven one thousandths of a second there at the checkered flag. But Kevin, take us through your night, man. How does it feel picking up second place here tonight? And you think maybe we go green flag there towards the end, not have so many cautions? You have the car to beat. You seem like you were very fast there in those longer runs.
Yeah, the last two cautions pretty much killed me right there. I had a really, really fast car right before the last caution came out, and had some cars in front of me that were going to be tough to pass, and my tires were wearing out, theirs were wearing out, so would have been interesting to see what happened. But I definitely had a good car on worn tires, so and I think I had probably the the newest tires out of that group too. So would have been interesting to see what happened, but just wanted to stay clean and have another good points night. So just sucks to not win, but second place is good too. So not going to complain too much, but definitely would like to get a win here at some point soon.
Well, it seems like the consistency, like you said, is clicking, Kevin. And at one point, it's got to, that was kind of funny clicking, Kevin. There we go. I didn't even notice what I did there. It seems like, you guys are starting to hit it off, though, like we said, with the setups, with the runs. And I'm assuming here soon we're going to see that 25 in victory lane. If not, we're going to see a lot more podiums and some consistency. And then it's going to eventually, come into fruition. But Kevin, like you said, you guys have looked really strong here early season. We're excited to see what you got going into next week. But man, if you've got any final words, thoughts, shout outs, anything before we let you get out of here, you're more than welcome to throw them out there and we'll let you get on your way, sir.
Yeah, just thanks everybody at Turn Two Terribles, and that helps us go. And Jeremy Zarfos Photography, and shout out to those guys. They do an awesome job. We did a lot of practice this week to try to get ready for tonight, and it showed out on the track. So just gotta pick it up a little bit to get that win.
Heck yeah. It was excuse me, it was good having a word with you up here tonight, Kevin. We're excited to see what you guys got going forward in the future. And it was thank you for having a word with us here and enjoy the rest of your week, man.
Yep, you too, guys.
And that was Kevin Click. Gonna go ahead and bring up Jeremy Zarfos, our third and final interview of the night. Jeremy Zarfos, Chris, and Josh up here in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you.
Man, Jeremy, it seemed like you guys were just kind of hanging out there tonight. Fifth place starting position. And then it seemed like the Turn Two Terribles, like we said, were pretty much holding that top 10 down there for that early part of the race. Once we saw those cautions pop out, you've kind of mixed yourself through the field here. Take us through your run there tonight and how you feel those cautions. With Kevin, it seemed like the same way. You guys had a very strong late run car. Take us through those late run cautions. Though you think something mixes up or changes up, though, if you guys get a little bit of a different ending there to that race.
Yeah, that it was hard to know when to pit, when not to, and track position. How do you want your tires? The tires didn't really wear out or slow down as much as they have in the past here. So, we ran that first run 60 total laps on without changing tires, and we weren't awfully slow. We really weren't that bad. So I was really honestly, I wanted to keep track position over tires, but I had the extra sets and was like, well, I might as well use them. Any advantage at the end is an advantage. So it just kind of worked out with the yellows and some shenanigans, to say it best. Going on up front, and people dive bombing each other and making contact, and you had major runs when somebody would get a little loose off the corner over driving the car. Um, just kind of honestly get lucky that you weren't in them, because that's really what that took, was just don't be in them. And our cars were so fast. I told Kevin there, like, I was loose maybe 1 or 2 laps at the beginning of a run, and after that, I could drive it as hard as I wanted to, and I saw a lot of people sort of the opposite. They would get loose exit, corner or overdrive it, whatever the case may be, and these things were just rocket ships. So, I feel like I was about that place car, so pretty good night for us.
And it seemed like it was a pretty good night, like you said, for it. And hey, man, it was good to see you be able to survive so much. Everybody out there was getting taken out. But, me and Chris hit on it earlier. Like you said, it seemed like the Turn Two Terribles camp over this past off season, man, you guys have completely flipped script, all running up there solid in the points. And, we said it with Kevin earlier. It's only a matter of time before, at least multiple, if not one of you guys, are going to victory lane here soon. So expecting to see it. But Jeremy, another great run from you, man. And if you've got any final words, thoughts, shout outs, anything before you get out of here, you're more than welcome to let them go, and we'll let you get on your way, man.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you guys doing putting on the broadcast for us, and Robbie and all the team at FTM. It's going to be a really wild Thunderdome this week,
Oh
all
yeah.
week probably. It's going to be insane. I'm thrilled that I'm not going to be a part of it. Hopefully, it's nice to not be a part of it. But T2T guys, man, we've really been putting in the work, and I was pretty embarrassed last year, and I wasn't able to commit the time to kind of like make myself better, and I'm better than the results were last year. I know I am. I'm good at saving tires and good at the end of runs. That's my kind of my forte, but learning to kind of manage it, be a little more aggressive when I need to be. And tonight was that night. When the car's that good, you can't not be aggressive. And it's that borderline of being aggressive and then trying not to wreck your team, your competitors, and your teammates. So whenever it comes down to it, I always try to be as conservative to avoid an accident with anybody. and that hurts me sometimes. Just who I am as a racer, kind of in a way, sim racer anyway. So, but T2T guys have really been putting into work and bouncing ideas off each other, and I think we've all gotten better for sure. So shout out to those guys, Turn Two Terribles, Jimmy, Chris. We do this little dirt podcast, and we're dirt guys, so we're trying to figure this asphalt stuff out a little bit, and I agree. It's just a matter of time before some wins start clicking off for T2T.
Well, heck yeah, man! It was exciting to see you guys race here tonight. Good to have another word with you up here in the booth, Jeremy, and we're excited to see what you guys got going forward. And hopefully, we'll be talking to you here soon. Again, congratulations, man, on that third place. And hey, enjoy the rest of your week, sir.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you much. Have a good one.
Thank you. Well, Chris, man, what an absolute barn burner of a race there at the end. But there for a little bit, it didn't seem like we were ever going to get past those cautions. It did end under green, white, checkered, and we did have two basically stages there. We had the green stage and the caution stage, and then we had stage 1 of the stream and stage 2 of the stream with it shutting down. But hey, we're back here live. We're about to be going off here in just a minute. Chris, do you have any final thoughts on this race, man, from Homestead? And like Jeremy just said a second ago, what do you think this is going to entail going into next week? As I think there's going to still be some tempers maybe in those race cars as we go into next week.
Yeah, I just shout out to Zarfos. I forgot to pull his name up on the screen. I was just listening to him talk and forgot to put his name up on the screen, but for his third place thing. But yeah, this was a very interesting race. A lot of there's a lot of different lines, a lot of heated, a lot of heated exchanges. Like you said, there was a lot of bickering going back and forth on the radio. Like not normally what we hear. We don't normally hear a lot of craziness go on. A lot of that happening on the radio. So it's going to be interesting to see how that happens. I do want to say apology for the stream messing up. I'm having, like we said early on, I'm having PC issues. It's slowly falling apart, and I'm trying to piece it back together.
It's a great PC.
It's a great PC. Just don't know what's going. Yeah, I don't know if I've got like
just,
a graphic
a hard
setting
drive
or something.
crashing here. Yeah,
something like that happening. I don't know what it is, but I'm trying to pinpoint it. I'm trying to figure it out. But it doesn't happen consistently. It's a very sporadic thing. So it's not one of those things. It's like, oh, it happens every 5 minutes, so I know I can look at it and figure it out. It happens once every 6 hours, randomly, whatever. But trying to get it pinpointed. But we do appreciate y'all coming over here onto this second stream. We do appreciate y'all, hanging out with us. Big battle going on there towards the end. So, that's something that we're looking towards. I think we're going to Martinsville next week. That's going to be something to look towards. I mean, just look at how many cars we had out on the track compared to that little bitty paper clip of a track that we're about to go on to. So that's going to be a very interesting thing to see. But, just a big shout out to Robbie and everybody that lets us do this. A big shout out to Lucas Nilges, Kevin Click, Jeremy Zarfos for that 1-2-3 finish. And just shout out to everybody out on YouTube, that sits here with us. And, I want to say Nilges said it takes their time out of their day to sit here and watch a race, a couple of guys screaming at a screen to go around, cars going around in circles. So big shout out to everybody that, just lets us do all this. And I can't wait till Martinsville.
Yeah. And, I was just thinking that. I was laughing to myself. I said, you think there's going to be tempers next week? We're at Martinsville. Goodness gracious. All right. Well, that's where we're going to wrap this one up here from Homestead. Do apologize again about the streams. And man, it really makes me annoyed when that happens. It makes me feel like we've let you viewers down. But hey, we're hoping we can get everything situated out here. And we'll get back to racing here next weekend at Martinsville. Chris, I'm thinking these viewers are going to want to set a reminder on their phone for Wednesday at 7:45 because they're going to be driving home from work or something. Oh, yeah, we got that Martinsville race where the boxing gloves are coming off. So expect fireworks, chaos, or who knows? They might be the greatest drivers ever, might become best friends. There's a lot of drivers in the Boxing Ring channel right now. Who knows? They might hash it out. I'm about to hook these guys up on Parsec, Chris, and UFC game. They're going to have to fight it out on that. But other than that, this has been a great night from us here at Homestead. Saying good night to the Full Throttle faithful. We'll be talking to you next week, Wednesday, 8 p.m., and we'll be from Martinsville. And yeah, good night, and hopefully we'll see you there.